And we'd like to welcome everyone in here to the Maple Ridge Racing Series playoff round one from South Boston Speedway. This is Jamie. Got Pat with me here in the booth. And we should have some exciting racing here tonight as this series kicks off their playoffs. It's been a great season so far up to this point. A lot of great racing. What do you expect to see here tonight, Pat?
Much of the same. This has been a lot of fun being with this league all season long. Now it's time to start these playoffs. They picked a really cool track to start it at, South Boston, under the lights here tonight, and they're running the most laps they've run all season long, so they're going to run 100 laps here tonight, and they've thrown a little bit of a monkey wrench into it to start the playoffs. Only one set of tires laying in the pits for these guys, so a little bit of strategy is going to come into play. But I guarantee it's going to be some awesome racing all night long as these drivers are taking the grid right now.
Yeah, they jumped ahead on me a little bit. Let me bring the boss man himself up here, get his thoughts on this kickoff to the playoffs. Alex, this is Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Heck yeah, guys. How are you tonight? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, man. Doing great up here. You kind of jumped ahead on us a little bit, but that's okay. Getting started a little early here. Wanted to get your thoughts on this playoffs getting ready to start tonight and how you think the season's gone to this point.
Oh, man, I'm jazzed about tonight. I can't wait. I'm not in the playoffs, as you guys have been following my dismal performance throughout the year, but I'm really excited for everybody else and just couldn't be more excited for how the first season has panned out. We have a great core group, and I can't wait to see what Season 2 brings.
You guys, man, hats off to everybody in this league. You know, for a new league, you guys have really not had the issues that, you know, a lot of leagues have had. The racing has been tremendous. There's been a lot of competition. Everybody's been clean with each other, respectful. So it's been a blast to watch and be part of this year. So kudos to you, man. Great job you've done.
Hey, I really appreciate it. You know, I think one of the best decisions I made was asking you guys to jump on board. You guys make us look great each and every week, and we really appreciate it. So, yeah, I mean, the guys have also been outstanding, even, you know, off of the track. Any issues that have come up, they're handled, you know, right away. Everyone's real stand up about it, and everyone shows up, races hard, and it's been great. So, thank you again for being part of it. We look forward to joining again for Season 2.
Yeah, Alex, absolutely, man. Been a blast. Easy to make you guys look easy because you put on some great shows. So get out there, have a good night tonight, and can't wait to see what this playoff race, the results are going to be.
Thanks again, guys.
All right, man. Give them hell out there.
What just happened? Did he make a goat sound? Is
Yeah.
that what that was?
I think so. So let's get through this starting lineup real quick before they drop the green flag. We got Christopher Morse on the pole tonight with a lap of 14.848, followed by Joseph Fernandez in the 00 car. Starting third in the 13, we got John Dickerman. And the 51, he's starting fourth, Zach Onson. And starting fifth tonight, number 23, our Goat Locker Racing entry, Ryan Pendleton. And to the outside, in the 76, Jared Audette.
All right, starting back here in seventh position is going to be Michael Waite in the number 9 machine. Michael D'Amico there in the number 29, coming off 8th. Alex Marinelli going to be starting 9th. John Hancock back in 10th. And rounding out our field tonight is going to be Kevin Otis in that 09.
Well, we got it done just in time as the green flag comes out. And the 00 gets loose. Everybody uses a little bit of heads-up driving there and gets around him. Whew. I thought we were going to
that
have
was a close call there for sure. As Joey Fernandez got real loose there towards the front of the pack, but like you said, Jamie, heads-up driving on everybody's part here. They were able to make it through and keep this thing under green, and we head up front, and Christopher Morris Jr. Leading this race right now. But Jonathan Dickerman right behind him, and here comes the 51 of Zach Onson as well.
a good tight battle up here to lead. John Dickerman is pretty right on the bumper of Christopher Morris Jr. here in the early going. Right.
Yeah, we've seen.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we've seen these guys battle it out up front. I mean, Zach Onson's been out here for a few races, but he's proven himself to be pretty fast. John Dickerman in the later part of the season has really found some speed, and we've seen him running up here in the top three. So I expect, the two cars, Christopher Morris Jr. and Zach Onson, are going to have to be dealing with John Dickerman all night long.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really see a whole lot of getting away from anybody here. Is really the entire field is running nose to tail. Right as we were coming on the air, we picked up a new follow from Blast from the Past Racing. So thank you so much for giving us that follow there. And he says that he's got buddies in the race. Who is it you're following there, Blast from the Past? Wait for his answer there. Hopefully he'll give it to us.
And right now, I mean, these guys are turning about 15-second laps. So, I mean, it's going to start clicking by here pretty quickly here as laps continue to wind down. I say wind down. We're 8 laps into it. A lot of racing left here to go tonight. But these guys have got it sorted out single file. Again, as we've seen all season long, these guys really know how to put on a race, show each other a lot of respect and space on the track as well, and we saw that from the very beginning.
Yes, absolutely. Good field of drivers here. And we're following along here with leader Christopher Morse, who has opened up a little bit of a lead now on John Dickerman, out to about 9/10 of a second. But from second on back, they are running nose to tail. Pick in on John Dickerman here in the 13 car out of Weymouth, Massachusetts. And he is getting a lot of pressure now from Zach Onson in the 51. John Dickerman holds on to that second place for now, but Zach Onson wants it.
As they continue to battle back through the field. The race for second place is about a 5-car show here. Zach Onson is still trying to figure out a way to get around that number 13 machine. I think he's got a little bit more speed in that 51 right now. Looks like Jared Audette is the same way. And that time around, Zach gives him a little bit of a bump there in the corner. Apparently not enough as John Dickerman holds on to that position, but I think Zach's getting a little impatient right now.
Yeah, I think that was letting him know he was there. All right. Zach really slammed it down into the corner there, and they race each other hard, but no contact as they stay door to door as they come off turn 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, Christopher Morris Jr. is loving this as he's built up almost a 2-second lead now as these guys were battling out here for second place. So now that Zach Onson and that number 51 has been able to clear John Dickerman, we'll have to see if he can get up there and race with his teammate.
And now Jared Audette's wanting to get around him, and Jared Audette's getting a bumper from the 29 of Michael D'Amico. So everybody's wanting these spots that are in front of them. But track is kind of blocked up right now, so not a whole lot, nowhere to go. But taking a look here at Jared Audette out of Plainfield, New Hampshire, sponsored by 603 E-Wraps and JA Diecast.
Yeah, big stack up there last time coming out of 2 as John Dickerman got a little bit loose. Jared Audette had to get out of the gas and just stacked everybody else up behind them. So now Michael D'Amico now looks underneath Jared Audette trying to move past him as all these guys are still trying to get clear of the number 13 car. It's kind of stacking them up here a little bit, and we've still got some great side-by-side battles going on.
Absolutely.
As we see Jared Audette kind of blink in and out there a couple times.
Michael D'Amico makes the pass. Take over 4th place. Take a look now at Joseph Fernandez out of Middleborough, Massachusetts. I'm starting to see a theme here with this Maple Ridge Racing Series. These are all these guys are out of the Northeast.
And then you throw in a guy like Ryan Pendleton. What are you going to do, right?
And he's out of Ohio.
Yeah, so you got the old Midwesterner running out here with these Northeastern guys.
Yeah.
But Super Lates are a lot of fun, and guys like Ryan come from racing backgrounds, and you know it's a lot of fun to get out here. And again, I mean these guys, man, they put on a show as we see Michael D'Amico now past John Dickerman. So that's going to move him up into 3rd spot, and now Jared Audette's going to try to get past that 13 one more time. Can't quite get it done.
Jared Audette had a big blink out there as the 00 of Joseph Fernandez went around him. Looking at Ryan Pendleton, the 23 out of Columbus, Ohio. Very talented racer, delusional about his football.
Oh yeah,
but he is
very delusional.
He is a good guy and a good team member here with Go Locker Racing.
Well, he's got a couple things. He's got that whole suck eye thing. That's what they're called, right? Is that what they're called?
I think so. Some of them, I think, call them Buckeyes or something, but most of the country just calls them Suck Eyes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who knows?
Yeah.
And he's a Ford guy. Yeah. So he got a couple knocks on him. We like him. He's, I mean, outstanding, talented driver, week in and week out, and good to see him out here in this series as well, running super lates. He runs super lates with us on Tuesdays. Oh my goodness, they're 3 wide. Jared Audette blinks out again.
We got a caution. We are under caution.
And that was from the Jared Audette blink out there.
Yeah. Taking a look there at Kevin Otis in the 09, but let's see if we can see what happened here in the crash. The Jared Audette to the inside. Oh, they went 3 wide. Jared Audette was in the middle. Kind of lost the...
And he disappears.
Change cameras here and go back and look at this again, because the camera we were on did not show us what happened. Bear with me, folks, as I back this up. Come on, iRacing. Oh, yes. Yeah, they went 3 wide. Jared Audette completely disappeared, reappears, and he's turned sideways into the inside wall. Not sure, you know, he was probably gone on Ryan Pendleton's end before they went 3 wide. Ryan probably didn't have any idea if he was even there. So unfortunately, that has not ended well for Jared Audette in the 76. He's going to have to come in and get some work done on that car. So Blast from the Past Racing is here for Zach and Chris. Says he's actually in Discord with them and figured he'd follow along on the stream while they were racing.
Sounds good. Always like having new people to the stream.
Absolutely.
So
we definitely do appreciate the follow.
yeah, absolutely. For those that are new tuning in to the Goat Locker Racing Network here, what we do, we host our own racing league as well called Goat Locker Racing. You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You figure out the social media platform that you enjoy the most and go search us out. Our motto is built by veterans for veterans. We support all military, police officers, firefighters, and first responders within our leagues. And right now, as a matter of fact, Jamie, we're running a great fundraiser for the Veterans 48 organization down there in Florida. We've raised $671, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And so a lot of great things going on that we're able to do to support veterans. So if you happen to be tuned in the Twitch channel, you can find a donate button there under the About Us part of it. And please go to veterans48.org and check out what they're doing. They're doing some awesome stuff when it comes to supporting veterans and building a great little community down there in Florida.
Yeah, their whole mission is to, well, looks like we're getting ready to get back to green flag racing here as Christopher Morse gets a good start.
Oh, Zach Bonson sends it in there, tries to get to his outside, can't quite get there. As the battle's going to be on now for third place as John Dickerman sends it deep into the corner on the outside of Michael D'Amico. Going, well, I had to stutter there for a second. He cleared him, and they're going to still, they are racing hard for that third position right now.
Absolutely they are. Get a better view of this. Michael D'Amico is right up to the bumper of the 13. So far, John Dickerman's able to hold on to that third place.
As we've seen, the passing is not easy here. As
no.
Michael D'Amico gives him the bumper there a little bit. And, I mean, it is a one-lane, one-groove track for sure. And you've really got to be able to use the whole track to get any momentum off these corners. And if you got somebody to the outside, it's just really tough to do it. So we've seen some aggressive moves, you know, getting into these corners as it looks like. So hard to do this, but and we've got the 00 is around.
And caution is back out. We can catch up to what happened here with that. Oh, we had contact in front. The 00 of Joseph Fernandez had to check up for, I believe that was John Dickerman there, who had contact, was coming back off the wall. And when he checked up, Ryan Pendleton got into the back corner of him a little bit and got him turned around, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll go. As I look back at it and take a look, 29 and 13 get together, getting into corner entry there, puts the 13 up into the wall. Just a stack up from those two gentlemen battling hard.
Yes.
But that'll stack this field up one more time here, as we've seen this two guys out front, Christopher Morse Jr. and Zach Onson. So it seems now that the field tightened up there. I don't know that Christopher Morse is going to be able to just run away with this one tonight.
Well, it looked like Zach Onson was going to stay with him on that run. So we'll see. Zach didn't get the start up there on the front row. He's up 2 spots. I mean, he started 4th, but he had to, as we said, it's hard to pass here. So, he lost some time trying to get around the 2 cars in front of him. But now he's there with Christopher Morse. We'll have to see if this competition doesn't change a little bit.
As the laps are really clicking away here pretty fast, as we have already completed 40 laps over scheduled 100 here this evening. Again, this is playoff race number 1 here with the Maple Ridge boys. A lot of great racing here tonight, and I expect it's going to be a battle all the way to the end here. As I'm not 100% sure where the playoff race will be next week, but we know where we're going to find the season finale, which is going to be at 5 Flags.
Absolutely, it will be at 5 Flags for the championship race, but the next week's race is at Thompson, I believe.
Ah, okay. Another great little short track.
Take a look in here with boss man Alex Marinelli out of Swanton, Vermont. Hopefully the folks at Vermont Sim Racing are putting the race up on the big screen tonight. Get there.
Big shout out to Vermont Sim Racer and all they do to support this league. It was really awesome to be able to talk to the owner of them earlier in the season, and hopefully that partnership continues on and we get to talk to them some more. But green flag is back out, and Christopher Morse Jr. is gone. I say that. Here comes Zach Onson. He's not going to let him get away this time.
Oh, they are door to door this time, going down the backstretch in turn 3. Zach Onson definitely got a really good jump and sent it into turn 1. Continues to stay to the outside of the 3, and Michael D'Amico is pulling right up to them now. We are going to have a 3-car battle for the lead here. Ooh,
man, tight battle there coming off the floor.
Michael D'Amico shoves it in and gets to the inside of Zach Onson, but Zach Onson's able to pull away and continue to run door to door with Christopher Morse.
Ooh, they're putting on a show tonight. Oh, gets into the back of him.
Couple bumpers thrown.
That's what's supposed to happen on these short tracks,
Absolutely.
right?
And you get away with it a little bit with the super late models.
You can.
Especially on entry. I don't think you want to do it too much on exit because these cars are already on the edge with getting back into the gas as it is. Get a bump like that from the back, it's easily going to turn somebody around. But on the corner entry, you can put the bumper to them, and it's not going to hurt too bad.
Now we're starting to see that number 3 machine pull out to a little bit of a lead here. So as these tires have warmed up and Christopher Morse Jr. has found his groove again, he's starting to inch away from Zach Onson in the number 51 machine.
Okay, he's opened up to a 4, almost a 5/10 of a second gap to Zach Onson. Christopher D'Amico continues in 3rd. He's about 7/10 back.
We got a good battle going on here for 4th place between John Dickerman and Ryan Pendleton. And one of the things I'm seeing here tonight, Jamie, that I just didn't think I would see, these cars are really using a lot of that apron.
Yeah, they are. And you're right. I mean, I don't know. One corner at South Boston, you definitely want to get down there, and you want to stay low on exit and through 1 and 2. But you're right. You're really getting down low there through 3 and 4.
Must be some grip down there as they're getting onto that apron and still being able to launch up off the corners. Now we see Ryan Pendleton try to get a nose underneath the 13 machine. Jared Audette's right back there with him.
Yeah, Jared Audette looks to the outside now, the 23. As his 13 slides up a little bit, Ryan takes advantage, pulls underneath of him. They will be side by side as they enter turn 1.
Again, this is a great example watching this battle right here,
Mm-hmm.
how difficult it is to pass here in South Boston.
Yeah.
As Ryan Pendleton is trying everything he can to get underneath that 13 machine, and it's just not able to get that car powered up to make the pass coming off the corner.
And the problem here is you're seeing, if you're trying to make a pass on somebody and you can't pull that pass off, you're bringing the guy right behind you. Oh, contact there, but they keep it together. Looks like Ryan pushed up a little bit in the middle of the corner, got into the 13 just a tad, but no harm, no foul. Everybody continues going straight. Continue what I was saying, when you try to make this pass, if it doesn't work, you're bringing the cars behind you up to you. So they're going to start pressuring you to take your position away. So it's definitely a double-edged sword when you're trying to get around somebody here.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again here this evening. It just gets stacked up behind the guys battling for position, and you bring 2 and 3 cars up into the battle with you. As we head back up front here and take a look at our leaders, Christopher Morse has now got himself out to about a 7/10 of a second lead right now. Zach Onson back in second. Michael D'Amico is about a half a second behind Zach at this point in time. So our top 3 cars have really kind of pulled away from the field right now, Jamie.
Yes, absolutely they have. Everything's pretty calm up here at the front. These guys are just turning laps, watching them tick away as we're approaching lap 60 of our scheduled 100 here in the Maple Ridge Racing Series playoff race round 1, South Boston. Now, I wonder with all these guys being from the Northeast, when they put South Boston on the schedule, did they think that was like actually in Massachusetts? Did I lose you, Pat?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
I mean, maybe. I suppose that'd be an easy mistake to make.
Were they surprised to find out that it was in Virginia?
You might be surprising some people right now. They're like, what? We're not in Boston? It says Boston.
Oh,
No, folks, we're in Virginia.
more contact between the 23 and the 13, but again, they keep it going straight. Now Jared Audette dives to the inside of the 13. Good. I mean, that was some real heads-up driving there. I mean, that was a great save by the 13. He's probably not real happy with the contact from Ryan Pendleton, but Ryan's been trying to get around him for quite a while now, and those things are going to kind of happen. But as you can see, it's now brought Michael Waite, Alex Marinelli, and Joseph Fernandez right up into this fight for this position over 6th place.
And we're starting to see a car like Ryan Pendleton, who has the speed, just needed to be able to make that pass.
Right.
As he's starting to step away here. But, I mean, Jamie, I've raced tons of races. We both have raced hundreds of races. And there comes a point in time when you know the bumper's coming.
Yeah.
Like, you've held up that guy behind you for quite some time. You're fighting to continue to hold him up, but you can't get mad when you get the bumper.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you gotta know. I mean, of course, you don't ever want the contact, but it's just one of those things. You could see that Ryan Pendleton is clearly faster. Once he got around to 13, he's now checked out. He's got, he's up to about a second lead over Jared Audette right now. So, he was being held up. I'm not saying Ryan was frustrated, but you're trying to get around somebody, and mistakes are going to happen. So when you put yourself on the other end of that, and maybe sometimes it's just better to say, you know what, the guy's faster, let him go, so that I don't end up getting wrecked here, tearing up my equipment. Maybe I get a caution from somebody else. I can come in and get new tires, and with about 30 laps to go in this race, I can get back in the fight. Check back in with our leaders here. I mean, after all, Christopher Morse is probably wondering why we're not talking about him, but he is out to a 2.3 second lead right now and just has smooth sailing, clear track in front of him. Probably not for much longer as Alex Marinelli finds himself just about 11 seconds behind the leader. That only puts him a few seconds out in front. In danger of going a lap down here, but I'm sure Alex is going to do his best in the last 25 laps here to remain on this lead lap. Like Jared Audette is going to give up 4th spot, possibly, and head to pit lane as we are under caution. Did not see the caution come out. Oh, and it looks like Ryan Pendleton crashed. See if we can go back and take a look at it. See what happened here to Ryan. Oh, he gets the dreaded wall, and the car starts to climb up a little bit. He's trying to get it caught. Jared Audette gets him turned around, and then John Dickerman comes in there and finishes him off. Ryan's definitely going to have to get in there, pit road, and get to work on that 23 car.
What a tough break there for Ryan. Having a good night. But yeah, the dreaded wall climb gets him. And then he gets clipped by the 76 there, just as you said. And tough break there. Well, I tell you what, Jamie, that's going to set us up for a shootout here.
Well, it just gave us a new leader. Michael D'Amico won the race off of pit road, and he's going to take over the lead of this race. Going to put Christopher Morse back to 2nd, and John Dickerman going to be in 3rd. New leader here in the Maple Ridge Racing Series playoff round number 1, South Boston Speedway.
Wow, that's going to be tough. We've talked about it all night long. I mean, it's tough to pass at this track.
Absolutely.
And he's now going to have control over this restart. We saw there earlier when Zach Onsong, started on the outside of Christopher Morris. He was able to hang with him for, a handful of laps, trying to make that pass. But, I mean, eventually, after about 3 or 4 laps, that number 3 machine was able to pull away. I suspect we'll see a little bit of the same here, as Christopher Morris Jr. is going to have to try to stick to the outside of the 29 if he's got any hopes of trying to get this lead back.
Yeah, but we've seen Michael D'Amico throughout this whole first season. He is a very smart driver, a very talented driver.
Mm-hmm.
He may not quite have had the speed that Christopher Morris has shown up to this point, but that might have been by design. So this is definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out when Christopher Morris does not have that fresh air on the front of that car.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to have about a 20-lap shootout here, folks. This should be really, really exciting, as these guys have battled for 80 laps now here in this first playoff race. Pace car is off. Michael D'Amico, and then number 29 gets a phenomenal start there, and he checks out, as now Christopher Morris is going to have to deal with the 13 of John Dickerman.
And John Dickerman does not make it easy on him. He keeps him to the high side there before Christopher Morris finally clears him and gets back down to the bottom where he seems to prefer to be. That was enough for Michael D'Amico to get just a little bit of separation. Now we will have to see how this unfolds.
Yes, these guys right now are running qualifying laps. I mean, they're giving it all they got. And I know Michael D'Amico there in that number 29 is trying to mat that gas as much as he can, as he's starting to see Christopher Morris and that number 3 machine really close up on him.
Yeah, Christopher Morris definitely shows to be faster than Michael D'Amico, but as we've seen, we've seen cars be able to hold up faster cars for quite a while. So we're inside of 20 laps remaining. Will Michael D'Amico be able to hold off the hard-charging Christopher Morris here these closing laps?
I tell you the one thing, what's making me nervous is he's leaving about a half a lane at the bottom coming off these corners. And you can see that's where that number 3 machine is going to try to set that pass up. So I hope the crew chief of the 29 is, sending that information over to him. He's making me nervous, Jamie. He's leaving that little bit of a gap at the bottom of the track.
Yeah, and you just saw Christopher Morris go way down on the apron to try to use all the track he could to get a good run up off the corner. So he's looking for any way he can get to the inside of Michael D'Amico here. 15 laps to go.
Well, he thought about sending it that time. Michael D'Amico washes up the track just a little bit, gets a good launch off the corner.
And he's
and
there.
Again, yep, the 3 gives him a little bit of a nudge. He continues to try to send it in deep, and I think Michael D'Amico really needs to pay attention. Washes up the track again in 2.
I'm not so sure that he's washing up or if he's just really trying to diamond these corners to improve his run off the corner. But, Christopher Morse does get to the inside there. But Michael D'Amico is really taking advantage of that high side and getting good runs off and is able to pull away on corner exit.
As we got a great battle for the lead here tonight, as we're coming up on 10 laps to go here very shortly. These two continue to battle side by side. As Christopher Morse in that number 3 machine is trying to get by the 29 of Michael D'Amico. But that 29 machine is holding tight on the outside there.
10 laps to go.
I don't know, Jamie. I think that 3 machine's eventually going to be able to make this pass.
Little by little, he is inched ahead, and now he.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Tough battle right there for the lead. The number 3 of Christopher Morse back out to the point here. As we see John Dickerman still being able to hold on to 3rd as he's coming under a lot of heat from the 51 of Zach Onson.
Yeah, 3-way battle here for 3rd is Jared Audette. Tries to stick his nose under, but right now John Dickerson and Zach Onson continue to fight for this 3rd position.
There's Jared Audette one more time back up into the mix here. It looks like Zach Onson's going to be able to clear the 13 machine of John Dickerman and be able to move up as Jared Audette gets into the back of the 13 ever so slightly. Michael White back there in the number 9 machine. Haven't called his number a whole lot here this evening, but he's had himself a pretty solid night as he back there battling in 6th position.
That's a sharp paint scheme on that car too. Really like that.
Laps continue to wind down here as this playoff race number 1 of the Maple Ridge Racing Series. A lot of great racing here tonight. A couple lead changes up front as well. Christopher Morse again is showing the horsepower under the hood as we're coming up to 3 laps left here to go.
We'll take a ride around on the inside of Christopher Morse's car. Haven't really done this tonight yet. Not sure why not, but like these laps are so fast, we will just stay with him all the way to the end here. We'll see him get the checkered flag as he continues to just pull away out to over a 7/10 of a second lead here with 2 laps to go. White flag is out. Sorry.
Looks really cool from inside the cockpit. You can see him up there waving the white flag.
It's all over but the crying now. As we come off turn 4, he will get that checkered flag. And Christopher Morse is going to win the opening round of the Maple Ridge Racing Series playoffs. Congratulations to you, young man.
Yeah, in a very dominating fashion. We saw a lead change there off of some pit strategies and things like that. But he was able to get that car powered up and right back out to the front. So great racing here tonight. Awesome playoff racing. As Michael D'Amico is going to finish back in 2nd place, and Zach Onson's going to round out the podium here tonight with a 3rd place finish. Looks like Ryan Pendleton was able to get back to 8th. And Jared Audette has a pretty good night, finishes back there in 5th position. So a lot of good runs here this evening.
Yeah, so we're, tremendous racing throughout the whole field. And what we have, 3 cautions here at South Boston.
Yeah.
I think it was 3. Definitely no more than 4. But yeah, I mean, it's a tiny little short track up there in the mountains of Virginia. Just wow. I mean, again, I can't say enough to the job these guys do. I mean, if we're being honest about the first caution, that was a blink out that really caused that. I mean, that wasn't really anybody's fault.
No.
Ryan Pendleton got the wall, and it ate him up a little bit. So really the racing has been phenomenally clean, but hard. I mean, throughout the whole field, you had guys racing door to door, lap after lap after lap. So again, tremendous job these guys do here at the Maple Ridge Racing Series.
Well, and like you said, Jamie, we saw it all night long. These guys can beat and bang off of each other. We saw the chrome horn used a couple different times, but not in some overly aggressive type of way to where people were trying to wreck each other. We saw guys, get out of shape a little bit. Everybody give them some space to recover. So again, can't say enough about the quality of drivers and the racing that happens here in the Maple Ridge Racing Series. And again, to their sponsor, Vermont Sim Racer, couldn't have picked a better league to be a sponsor for. They are putting on some really, really good shows right now. And right now, Christopher Morse Jr. is putting on a really good smoke show at the start-finish line.
Yeah. Surprised he has any tires left after that one.
We'll wait for him to come over into the waiting room, but let's go ahead and grab our third place finisher. We'll just do this a little bit differently here.
Nice.
Hey, Zach, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, great racing out of you here this evening. We saw you battling up front with your teammate there for a little while, side by side. And so take me through your race here tonight, how the racing was here at South Boston. And was the passing as hard as it looked like?
Absolutely, it was hard as it looked like. I worked real hard on Dickerman a few times, trying to get around him. I had to rough him up a little bit. The bottom seemed to work real good early. You could kind of make it work a little bit on the late run, but other than that, tough to pass.
Zach, congratulations on the third place finish. I'm sure you want to win, but look, finishing third to start the playoffs isn't so bad either. So we did see a lot of beating and banging tonight, which, look at South Boston, but, it seemed like guys were able to, really hold on to the cars pretty well. So how were these supermodels feeling when they were getting the bumps from behind?
Loose, very loose. I got it a few times from Mike, and he was good enough to back off, and I saved it. At that point, my tires were starting to fade away, so I moved up high, got out of his way, let him go run it out with Chris, but loose, especially when you got hit.
Well, Zach, again, congratulations on a strong third place finish tonight. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Hijinks, G-Force, and We Be Racing. Thanks, Goat Locker, for giving us good broadcast, and thanks for Maple Ridge Racing Series for putting it on.
Well, outstanding, man. Again, congratulations on that third place finish. We appreciate the support, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
I had a feeling it looked as bad as it was.
Well, when you hear that, it's really, I'm surprised that so many saves were made. If it was really upsetting the cars that much, making them that loose, because, there should have been quite a few wrecks that guys were just able to hold on to it and keep going straight.
Oh, yeah. So let's grab Mike and bring him up into the booth and talk to our second place finisher. Hey, Mike, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do. What's going on, guys?
Well, we got to watch a very exciting race here this evening. You guys put on one hell of a show. We saw you coming up through the field, had a lot of speed in that number 29 machine, and then was able to get off pit road first. What do you think it was going to take to be able to really get up there and compete with Christopher Morse for the win here?
If I could find a way to untighten this car, I would have had a chance. That last run when I got tires, I thought I'd be able to turn. I couldn't turn anything. Couldn't turn worth a damn. I was parking it in the turns and trying to turn down. It wasn't working.
Well, Michael, you took an ill-handling car and brought it home in second place, so pretty good way to start your playoffs there. You got 2 races to go. Out of curiosity, when you took those tires, did you take any fuel as well?
I did. I took a couple gallons. Not sure why I did that, but I just.
Well, and the super lates, there's a lot of idea that by keeping fuel load in that fuel cell, you keep those rear springs loaded up, and it keeps them from getting tight like that. So I don't know, maybe some food for thought. You might want to give that a try sometime and see if that doesn't help you with that tight condition.
Yeah, I'll have to take that into consideration. I appreciate that.
No problem. So, man, again, congratulations on a strong second place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank? Shout out, sponsors?
Just some friends for watching, and I'm looking forward to Thompson next week. That should be a fun race.
Yeah, Mike. Well, a great run out of you and the 29 machine tonight. Can't wait to see you guys next week, man. Good luck.
Yeah, take care, guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
Yeah, each car, you said it, Jamie. Each car is a little bit differently, and some cars you don't want to add that fuel. Some cars you do want to add the fuel, depending on the suspension. So, lessons you learn by being out here on the track.
Absolutely. Any sighting of Christopher Morse yet?
Yes, sir. Let's bring him up into the booth.
All right, got him.
Hey, Chris, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. What's up?
Well, I mean, another dominating win for you here this evening at South Boston. You really seem to have a good rhythm at this track and be able to get that car to move in ways that some of these other guys really weren't able to. So kind of take me through your race tonight and how you brought home the win.
Oh, man. Just what a fun race. I love this track. When I first got on iRace, when anybody first gets on iRace, it's one of the free tracks. You know, ran it a lot right off the bat and just got a good hang of it and the legends and the street stocks and stuff like that. So I felt like coming in tonight, I'd have a pretty good shot running around here. And slower's faster at these places, man. And I love these tiny little tight racetracks. You really got to be steady with the foot and not overdrive it. And it paid off. I felt like I had the best short run speed, the best mid run speed, the best long run speed.
Chris, congratulations, man, on pulling off the win. I mean, look, you can't beat starting the playoffs off with a win, so great job by you. I'm glad you brought that up about slower is faster here at South Boston, because that is definitely the case. Let me ask you, were you finding yourself ever really being like full throttle here?
Maybe once or twice, a couple times there after that final restart. Staying behind Mike. I mean, you press it down for literally maybe a second, maybe less than that. And that's, you know, just to power up out of the corner. You don't really want to do it too much because you don't want to burn the rear tires off. And, I mean, the track's, you know, you don't need it. You can set the car up here to run it on the chip. So it's got a really short gear and you can power it off into the corners and get the most out of it, but this default setup's not set up like that. So, no, I mean, for the most part, it's around 3/4 throttle, maybe max the whole night, and then you got that little bit extra if you need it, like I needed on the restart there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I found the best way to get around this place myself. So glad to hear that I'm not alone there. But congratulations again on pulling off this win. Anybody you'd like to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Yeah, man, I gotta thank you guys. We put your sticker on the team cars last week. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Oh, we noticed.
You guys have been killing it with the broadcast. Shout out to Vermont Sim Racer, Zach, and everybody over at Hijinks. He had a good run tonight again, and it's cool to have him running for the championship. He's only been here for about half the season, so it's cool that he was able to work his way in. And yeah, Alex and everybody that makes the league run, it's been great. Races like this tonight, where you've only got, I don't remember what was it, two cautions for 100 laps of South Boston. It's pretty rare. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys put on a hell of a show each and every week, and yeah, we noticed the decals. So we appreciate the support. Again, another dominating win, Chris. Can't wait to see you on the track at Thompson next week.
Yeah, and I got to shout out Mike too. He ran a hell of a race tonight. He got me off pit road. He ran me so clean. He could have blocked me every which way from Sunday when I was going down to the apron there. And he ran me super clean. Didn't try to pinch me down or anything. And yeah, man, it's nice to be able to run with people like that.
Oh, I agree fully, man, and that's why you guys are some of the best racing out there. So get out there and celebrate that win, and we'll see if we can't back it up at Thompson next week.
Appreciate it, guys. See you.
See ya. See, Jamie, people do like us.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It is. It is. So we got the final results up here on the screen. They've been up here during the whole interviews. I'm sure everybody's had a chance to see it, but got Christopher Morse here as the winner. Michael D'Amico coming in second place. Zach Onson in third. Got John Dickerman in fourth. Jared Audette rounding out the top five. Michael Waite in sixth. Joseph Fernandez in seventh. Ryan Pendleton in eighth. Boss man Alex Marinelli in ninth. Kevin Otis in 10th. Jonathan Hancock, I'm guessing he was running race control, so he was not actually in the race. So 100 laps at South Boston. I think we had 3 cautions. A lot of awesome racing. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I know I did. Again, Wednesday night is becoming my favorite night of the week for racing. It's a shame there's only 2 more races left in this season, but I'm sure we will be back for the next season of this, no doubt. But yeah, great start to the playoffs. What do you think, Pat?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I love, like you said, I mean, Wednesday is one of my favorite nights to come out and call a race. These guys just put on such a great show each week, man. And to come here, and Chris said it the best, man. You come to South Boston, you run 100 laps and only have 3 cautions. And literally one of them was because of an internet blink out issue.
Right.
That has to tell you the quality of drivers that are here. That has to tell you what Alex Marinelli has put together here. So love coming out and watching these things. But as we kind of wrap these things up, I mean, yeah, well, these guys will be at Thompson Speedway next week for round 2 of the playoffs. Tomorrow night we are back on the air with Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. We're at Talladega Super Speedway, so come out and join us for some great plate track racing. And then Friday night we've got the Extreme Xfinity Series hosted by Goat Locker Racing at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back on the air for the ARCA Series with Flexible Freight Solutions. And then, as always, on Sundays, back behind the wheel of the Rebels trucks and out there hunting. Well, actually, it's All-Star Week, so I think they're still waiting to announce what the format from that's going to look like. But, I mean, we've won a lot of races, Jamie, so we're going to be in the All-Star race.
Yeah, that's true. We are. And I was so close to winning that last season. Oh, I was so close to
yeah,
winning
that was a heartbreaker on a couple different ones. I had some power outage at my house, and it just didn't come back on in time, but I was able to at least get fired up and spot for you, and it was a heartbreaker. I couldn't participate, and then, yeah, you were so close to winning that thing. It was crazy. But again, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast here tonight, we are running a month-long fundraiser for Veterans 48. Veterans 48 is a phenomenal organization that is doing great work with disabled veterans and veterans all over the nation. So please go over to their website, veterans48.org. That's veterans48.org. And give them a check out. And then please donate to our fundraiser for them. We want to raise as much money as we possibly can. We have set a goal of $1,000. We are only on the 6th of the month, and we have raised $671 for them. And that's going to go a long ways in providing some, what Jeff Powell, the president and founder, calls some wrench therapy for guys to come in there and be able to turn some wrenches on some motorcycles, for them to be able to actually get a motorcycle and build it out for disabled veterans. So please, please, please click the link in our Twitch channel. Be sure you seek us out on Facebook as well, and be sure to spread the word as well. So that's all for this evening for me. I turn it back over to you, Jamie.
Yeah, just echo what you said about with Veterans 48. These bikes cost a minimum. It costs $15,000 for them to get the kit, to build the bike. That's just $15,000 right off the top. Then depending on how many modifications the bike requires to fit the rider, and they're building these bikes for disabled veterans. So you're talking about people that are missing limbs, other things like that. So depending on how much modification a bike needs, the cost goes up from that $15,000. So they could be looking at about $20,000 or so to actually build the bike out. So they need any help anybody can give. So please, on our Twitch page, just go to our About panels. You'll find the donation button, and every penny that you send or that you intend to send, I'll say it that way, is going to go to Veterans 48. If you send it through the PayPal and it's, the goods and services or whatever, that's completely fine. Whatever you intended to send is what we'll make the difference up in whatever fees that PayPal comes out of that. Okay, so just rest assured that when you hit that donation button, every penny you are intending to send is going to go to Veterans 48. I guess that's about the best way I can say it. So please, if you can, please give. And again, great racing tonight. Come back tomorrow night. We're going to have Goat Locker Racing Trucks. Going to be letting it loose on Talladega. That's always going to be something to watch. I can guarantee you that. There's going to be some excitement. There's probably going to be some hurt feelings. A whole lot of stuff going on. So come out and join us tomorrow night, and we will see you all again next week on Wednesday night at Thompson for round 2 of the playoffs. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and enjoying this race, and we will see you all soon. Good night.